Welcome to the rundown. Already having technical issues. Another week, another episode this week. Anime news. There really is not a lot, nothing at all. Hey, hi friend. Yeah, there's not. I've been combing through multiple different sources over the last week. There's nothing that really, catches the eye. The only thing is Universal Studios is doing a Universal Studios Hollywood is doing a event, and ticket sales have started for One Piece and a Jujutsu Kaisen event. So that's it.
I can actually go on that. Apparently, there's a JJK editor that is hopping on some of the projects for Egghead Island for One Piece.
I saw that too. However, the source that I got it from wasn't very reliable.
No, they're usually right, but it's usually a really weird twist.
Yeah. So that's really it for anime news. Weekly animes. This week, like I said last week, like we were saying last week, Solo Leveling, it is started. It has started. We're getting into it. This next episode, episode 6, that is one thing that a lot of websites and a lot of people are talking about is episode 6 going to break their bank? Because in the manhwa, holy Christ, does a lot happen in episode 6. And as you can see, the animation quality in this last episode this week, when he activates stealth mode, we're getting into it. I've already kind of noticed a little bit the typical. All right, we have a bunch of fight scenes this season that we're going to blow our budget on, so we need to lower the quality a tad here and there.
Yeah,
I've already seen some of it, especially when Jinwoo is mining. It's very you can tell the frame rate while he's mining is very.
There's a frame rate drop,
and there's a couple instances like a lot of the background characters, they just kind of look like someone smudged Play-Doh on a panel, and then that's kind of what you got. So
yeah.
Ooh, it's starting. We're about to get some.
We're about to get.
It's about to get lit.
It's about to get.
About to pop off.
About to get lit. People about to get cooked.
Back to 2015, 2016. Almost a decade ago. We're old.
We are.
Yeah, we are for real. Like, think about that. That's 10 years ago. 10 years ago. We were freshmen in high school.
Move on. I can't right now. Let's continue on.
All right.
Okay. What else you got?
That's honestly, when it comes to weeklies, I've said this the last couple weeks. At some point, I will make a determination on some of these weeklies that are coming out. They're not good, but they aren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all kind of like teetering on this like fine line that they haven't decided if they want to cross onto the light side of the force or if they're going rogue to the dark. They haven't made that decision yet. And I don't want to like sit here and, hey, go watch these anime. Next, they're just like, oh, fuck, these guys don't know shit. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I think by next week, on a couple of them, I'll know, especially after the next episode. It's midway towards the end. We'll know.
Yeah.
Sakamoto Days was good. A lot of fight scenes in this one. Yeah.
It's a vibe.
There was a lot of them.
It's not the greatest plot. It's a very generic plot. It's fun
funny.
It's funny and it's fun to watch. It's just like you sit back and like, oh, that's not. Oh, damn.
Sit back, watch some good, well animated fight scenes that are just stupidly hilarious.
Yeah, like, ooh,
hey, this dude's got a freaking rocket fist, and all Sakamoto's is just like, dude, that is so lame. Everybody's thinking like that's just lame. Like there's stupid things like that, like stuff that we would like as watchers would just like stereotypical like anime tropes. That's just like, dude, that's just lame. That's dumb. Like that's just stupid.
Lack of writing. Damn.
Right.
It's good stuff.
One thing I did like about this last episode is now Sakamoto is finally fighting someone that's like close to his level, if not on par with him.
Yeah.
He goes from fat, like retired Sakamoto, he goes from looking like me now to looking like what he did in his prime, and that's where we got left with a cliffhanger. I was just like,
yeah.
is he about to kill
Transformers? That was he started out as looking like he started out looking like Mr. Incredibles when he was doing that 9 to 5.
Right, yeah.
And then he went.
He starts lifting trains,
and then he started lifting trains.
Yep.
So
that's about it for weeklies. I don't know if you had anything or if there's anything that you watch that you want to touch on, but that's not a whole lot this week other than those two.
The only news I have, two small things. One, I watched a little bit of One Piece, the new stuff. It's not the animation that we're going to get later, but it's just people gotta understand that this is not what April. I think it's April, right? Yeah, it's not what April's going to look like.
Yeah,
but it's just more refinement of what's here. It's good. It's pretty much the same, just a little bit of tweaking. The only thing that's actually different is some of like when it gets to like the aura and like the hockey is more like Wano-esque. They added some of the stuff like that, but it looks better. Like it looks modern.
Okay, how aggressive did they go with it though? Like, are they looking like they had the same power level as Wano? Like, that's what their hockey looks like.
It still looks the same. Like power level. The power level looks the same. It's just they added a little more flair when the hockey is used. Like when like in Sabaody when Luffy did it to the fake Luffy in the Return Sabaody.
Yeah, but their hockey wasn't as strong then.
No, it wasn't strong. But I don't know how to explain it. It's more. It's not like him clashing with Kaido level hockey. It's more of just like they added a little bit more flair. You gotta watch it and look at the comparison videos. It's just a little bit more flair while looking cleaner. Like the whole characters look cleaner. They look nice.
Yeah, the base version basically.
Pretty much. Yeah. They didn't change the art style. They didn't add too much. They just kind of like made it modernized a little bit and then added a little extra flair. Like when I just watched Horty, this is a very specific scene. People aren't going to remember this. But when he invaded the Shirahoshi's castle, whatever, in front of the Neptune name guy, he grabs the wall. He grabs the wall and he breaks it. If you watch the old scene, it just looks like 2007. Guy grabs the wall and like kind of like it starts to shatter. But in this, he grabs the wall, his hand vibrates, and you can see it cleanly, like vibrate through his hand and then go to the wall, and it shatters the wall. It looks a lot cooler.
Not better.
It's the exact same. They just added a little more flair to when he initially grabs it. That makes it look way more modern and it looks better.
It looks good.
So it's very small critiques right now for like as they go on. I'm excited for what they do for when Luffy pops out of the whale's mouth and freaking just knocks Horty back. That was one of the cleanest like technically post time skip. I was pre 2010s. No, actually 2010-ish. Scenes like a One Piece. It was so clean. If for some reason they made that budget, they added a little extra oomph just to that scene. It's not even that great of a scene. It's not the main fight, but they added a little extra oomph to that particular scene that I want to see now.
How did they do with the entrance to Fishman Island with Luffy trying to fight the Sea King?
I didn't actually watch that.
I've been wanting to watch that just so I could see that because I remember that just being hilarious, and then Luffy's just hanging on for dear life from the ship and just got the fish in one hand, just like, come here. And he's just laughing his ass off while he's just dangling in the breeze here trying to fight a Sea King casually one-handed. Like,
I should go back to that because the pacing is better. So like, it's not you can old school One Piece. You can definitely pick which episode has the exact same thing because the
Mhm.
pacing is in certain most arcs just kind of So, but this is different. So like, I skipped a lot of it because it's so fresh. I'm a One Piece nerd. It's so fresh in my mind. I don't need to watch the whole thing. I just want to see how it looks. That's all.
Right.
I don't really need to. I've already watched it twice. I don't need to see it again right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I've watched it once, and I'm not doing it again.
I will go back and watch specific arcs as a whole, like Dressrosa. If they can cut down Dressrosa, which they will, I'm excited for that whole arc. That's probably like 40
Yeah.
episodes because it's like
If they
probably
if
like
they if
maybe
they
like
trim it,
40,
yeah.
38, 40 somewhere episodes in there instead of the
Trimming an arc is
instead of
40
the
episodes.
instead of the 90 that it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited because there's a lot of fights in there. Not just there's a lot of fights in there. The whole
Well,
Coliseum.
that's my thing. I don't know if they're gonna do all the fights because Dressrosa was packed.
Yeah, but
Dressrosa was
they're all very
packed with fights.
they're all very short though. It is packed, but
It's packed,
the Coliseum
especially
when he meets
with
Sabo.
what's dude's name? The Fujitora, the
Oh
admiral that
yes,
drops
Fujitora.
literally drops a meteor
Yeah,
on Luffy and Doflamingo.
yeah,
Just drops a meteor on him.
but that's
It
one.
didn't happen like 4 episodes in.
Yeah, yes, you're right. But that it was also long. It was also elongated because of the pacing. If you put it
Yeah.
nowadays, you could fit that and what's next in there in the first like 15 minutes of the episode. And the Coliseum when it's a whole arena, a whole bracket of people fighting, you can get instead of getting 3 to 2 fights in per episode, they could easily do 4, 5, or 6 and
Right.
get to Sabo grabbing the Ace's fruit in like the 3rd episode of that Coliseum part instead of the like ninth.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so I think they can do it. And I'm excited because I want to see Luffy just one shot that giant because he was just making fun of him in the Coliseum. He just goes,
Yeah.
I want to see all that. And so
You mean Lucy? It's not Luffy. It's Lucy.
you're right.
Was in the Coliseum.
Lucy.
Lucy.
You're right. You're right. Well done. You're right.
Luffy. Huh? Who's Luffy? I'm Lucy. You think I wouldn't recognize my own brother?
Dude, I like how she changed her whole voice to that too.
Oh,
So
she
I'm like,
did. It was
like,
great.
yeah, I was like,
It was like grumpy old her, like young and like a typical kid trying to sound like their grandpa. Just,
yeah.
huh? Who's Luffy? I'm Lucy. Huh? What are you talking about here, Shane?
And then probably skip Whole Cake except for the starvation scene. I want to see that, and then I want to see Katakuri.
Katakuri fight. I
want to see him face all the little lieutenants. I want to see Cracker. I want to see all of them, but I want to see Katakuri. So,
because I mean, if you're gonna sum up Whole Cake, the best I would say all of Sanji's character arc. I don't dislike how they did it. I liked how they did that. The arc itself, outside of Sanji's character arc and Luffy's fight with Katakuri, the rest of the arc can
technically cut out a lot of the side stuff. And yeah, you're right. You can technically cut out a lot of side stuff and just stick to the Germa Kingdom flashbacks where he comes from and all the beating.
Yes.
And then the whole what's her name? Charlotte Pudding and all that. And then learn about Devil Fruit Big Mom and how she slept with all these hundreds of different kinds of species to make
she's basically just like she's just the corner whore.
She's just the ocean whore. Oh yeah, and all that stuff, and then the fights and the
high whore of the seas.
Yeah, and then Jinbei standing up to Big Mom.
Yeah, that too.
I need all that, but like, yes, you can definitely skip. I just want the starvation. I want the starvation arc. I want 10,000.
That's part of Sanji's character arc.
Yeah. I want to see all that. So you could definitely shorten that out. So there is a lot of things I'm excited for. I'm not going to watch all of Fishman. I just wanted to see what it looks like. I'll come back to when him and Horty fight, and when he knocks out 10,000 or 10,000 fishermen with his observation hockey.
Yeah,
I want to see all
Conqueror's
that.
Hockey.
Yeah, Conqueror's Hockey. I want to see that, but it's fine. It's not a bad arc by any means. It's so fresh in my mind. When I go back to watch all of One Piece, I want it to be a couple years, maybe like 5, and then just watch the whole thing because right now I just watched it again like a year ago, most of it. So okay. So moving on. Random small quick thing here. Toji apparently, JJK said that Toji is inspired. His character design and everything is inspired by Jason Statham. Just a little side note there.
Toji,
yeah, the one that pretty much almost kills Gojo, but then like puts him into his death. Toji, the main bad guy, one of the main bad guys. He did the blink step.
Toji.
The guy that has no curse energy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he does that
So why did he
sexy
make him
blink
bald?
step.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know.
I should have made him bald.
Well, I guess so. It was
hasn't had hair in his head since like '83.
It was it was in his report, or it was in one of those Japanese Comic-Con weird things where he asked the question.
Okay.
Okay. You have anime development,
yes.
right? Hold up.
Character development.
7 Deadly Sins, y'all. For right now, I'm 7 episodes in. It's worth. Right now, I'm surprised. I went in thinking that it was just going like the new season was going to be the season that was good because I didn't hear anything about the first season of this 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, and I went to go watch it, and I was like, first off, the pig in 7 Deadly Sins, the pig, she's the Paimon of the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yes.
There is a new one in there. I can't spoil it because I already know who he is. It's not in the episodes, but I just know who he is already. But it's voiced by I could tell right away, Alex Lee. For everyone that doesn't know who Alex Lee is, he's the man. He's young. The man, the myth, the legend.
The legend.
He plays Gigi in Don the Don. He plays John Wong Nan in Tower of God Season 2. He plays Lighter in Zenless Zone Zero. Anyway, he's in Code Geass. He's in Go-Go Loser Ranger. He plays Sung Jin-woo. Zangetsu.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sin, 7 Deadly Sins. I'll just say Sin. There's a slash for the actual who it is. Bond's son. Anyway, so his voice is very, I like it.
He's very good at he's just good. He's just built different. He's just good. He can, like, young Sung Jinwoo, and then he did old Sung Jinwoo. His ability to manipulate his voice to reflect age and emotion on either side of the spectrum is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just in general. Yeah. Like, I can't remember. Have you seen that those TikToks going around of him in the studio doing the arise?
Erect. Yeah.
Erect.
Get up, Chris. They wanted him to do it. Technically, those videos are very old. They just became real popular right now. But it was because of the fact that people were making fun of him for if they mess up the arise part from season 1. So, but it was really fun. It's funny. So he's like, I'm gonna go.
He's got like a different shirt on in every take too. Yeah, he keeps on putting on shirts. I was like, what is this man on, dude?
Arise. There you go. There you go, bitch. It's freaking. I love young voice actors. Leroy Yo. I hate that name. Tower of God. Blonde guy from Tower of God. He's the main game master Tower of God dude.
Right.
He plays Mash in Mashal. Thor. Finn. Everyone knows Thor Finn better. One of my favorite, probably top 3 favorite TYBW characters is Shinji Hiroko. What? You don't like him?
No, I don't like him.
I love his Devil Fruit. I love his abilities in Bankai. It's just dope. What are you talking about?
It is. I don't.
He just has fucking weapons. Got a big ass ring. Okay. He also plays Jushiro. Ukitake, however you say his name.
Mhm.
How you say his name in
That's
Bleach.
close enough.
And then I'm not pronouncing that name. Yuki in Bleach as well.
I'm not pronouncing that name. You and Japanese, it's like Japanese is just your kryptonite, man.
It's just Bleach. It's just Bleach, bro. Their names are ridiculous. And I think that's it on that one. But he's, for everyone that doesn't know, he's a freaking legend.
Yeah, he's already is, and he's like 27,
Yeah. One of his
30 something.
one of his big roles was Thorfinn, so long ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so he voices him, but the show is actually, he's Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I gotta go back and listen to that.
You know, I really want them to cast him. Yeah.
Well, neither of us knew that at the time.
No, not at the time.
This dude didn't do nothing besides nothing.
Right. Yeah. Like that was like his first big entrance. I really want to see them cast him as the well, they already had a cast for the main devil in the Devil King in the Spade Kingdom, Black Clover.
Mm-hmm.
But him doing like a Sung Jin Woo like type voice for that character would be baller. That would be amazing. Remember reading those manga panels and what he was saying and how he was saying it. Now imagine if he was voicing that. That would be just the sinisterness behind it. Ooh.
Or what's his name? No,
Bryce Peppenbrook, you can do a good job.
No. Shoot, I forgot his name. The guy who plays Nanami. That would have been that also would have been a really good one. JJK, dude, are you forgetting already?
No, I know who Nanami is. I'm trying to remember who the dub. I watched JJK in sub because Nanami's sub voice actor is Oh, you're talking sub. Okay,
I'm talking that guy for sub. Not yeah. Sorry,
okay.
Sub version of that.
Sub version, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
He is by hands down, in my opinion, the best male sub voice actor. I don't know of any sub voice actor that sounds as good as he does and can convey emotion as good as he does. Huh?
Let's calm down.
Who's better?
He's very good. I'm not having a discussion. I'll think of some people for the next time. Last thing, he plays like 8 people in Scissor 7. So that's dope.
He does.
I love that. I forgot about that.
He's just having full-on dialogue with himself for like 3 hours.
He's just the Seth MacFarlane of Scissor 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's good. It's I don't know what it is.
It's more a comedy. Okay, I would say.
I actually laughed quite a bit. It's funny because the main character is like, he goes, "Oh, I just thought of something." Everyone's like, "What? What is it? What is it? What is it?" "I have a poop coming," and then skirts off, and then everyone goes and falls back, comedy style. And it's just small things like that, but it happens a lot. It's really good. It's clean. It looks great. People, I don't know why people complain about it, but like it looks like 7 Deadly Sins.
It doesn't look
graphics.
bad.
It looks good. I actually think it looks a little better. And I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the Dragon Ball Z-esque of the characters. But like, it looks really good. I think it looks a little better. Not fighting wise. There's been some fight scenes, but they've all been just normal. They're nothing special, not big old clash yet. But it looks good. Voice acting is in dub it's fine.
Right.
The girl in the Four Knights, she looks just like Bulma, almost to a T. Just looks just like Bulma, but it is good. I like it. The characters that are coming into this thing, because I actually read a lot bit of the manga as well. The characters that come in are really cool. I'm glad that they didn't do what Boruto did and still keep a lot of the OG cast in
Right.
Boruto, which is fine. The authors has been doing it okay, but it leaves you with the urge of like, I want to see Shikamaru get in a fight. I want to see, but this is more like you don't see any of them because Meliodas. Have you watched this yet, or at least parts of it?
No, I have.
Okay.
I haven't yet. I haven't gotten the time to.
Meliodas. We all seen the end of the Seven Deadly Sins. Meliodas is Demon King, and
Oh, great! Thanks for spoiling it. I haven't finished it
what? How have you not finished it?
because I stopped watching after. I think like the season that literally the whole season was just Meliodas cooking in a ball of energy. I haven't watched since that season.
That's the season. That's the season before where they talk all about like the past wars that happen and how the two Ten Commandments become good and everything. The fairy and the giant. But
I haven't watched since that season.
Season 4 is the whole him being purgatory with.
I remember that part, and I remember Bond trying to go find him, or
So
Bond going on a mission.
You didn't finish the last season.
Okay.
Bond was in there in the last season. You didn't finish the last season.
Okay, I didn't finish the last season, no.
Well, Bond doesn't have his immortality anymore.
Oh, he lost it?
Yeah, he lost it. Don't remember how. But like he did some sacrificing thing. Maybe it's because he was in the purgatory. But he lost it, so he had to die at some point. I don't know if he's dead in Four Nights, but I know that you don't see him. But let's just say this: Meliodas' son is his DNA is Demon King, goddess, and is the grandson of the supreme deity. The only thing to rival the Demon King. So he has a lot of blood, powerful blood going through his body right now, and he has full counter too. Well,
he's like he's Ichigo, but in Seven Deadly Sins.
Yes, he has a lot going for him. Bond's kid is the same way. Merlin is just beyond nasty.
Wait, how did Bond have a kid? I thought the king's sister was dead.
No.
How did he find her?
I don't know. I didn't read that part.
In purgatory or something? I don't know. No. That makes me curious.
She didn't.
I thought she was dead.
The whole scene. No, the whole scene with the whole little. It looked creepy because she was like holding like because she looks like she's like 11 years old, and it was really creepy. But like she wasn't dead at the end. I'm 99% sure she wasn't dead at the end. But his kid is in the thing. It's Lancelot. No, it's not.
Oh.
Yes, it's Lancelot. But anyway, it looks good. Watch it because it's fun and it looks nice, and it just reminds me of old Seven Deadly Sins. Even the Holy Knights look like Ten Commandments with their big ass metal crate. It looks like the one that Escanor slashed in half. What's that guy's name?
Escanor slashed in half. Cocytus? No.
No, when you first get introduced to Escanor in that little tavern.
Oh yeah, it's Cocytus, the lobster looking one, right? The red one?
Lobster. No, he's just a really tall, lanky one. It's not no.
He's red. He had red armor or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Cocytus, ain't it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, whatever. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. Cocytus, he looked like a lobster.
No, it will. Yeah, so it's so much like Seven Deadly Sins-esque. It's just deja vu. I'm loving it. All right, moving on. You can now start talking about your list of.
One of the things I also wanted to go over was like we talked about animation quality, voice actors, story, and whatnot. One thing I wanted to do to put out there is our personal recommendations for good storylines, but more evolved along the lines of character development. There's a lot of shows that will get you attached to characters and attached to the character's story, but there are definitely those that are infinitely better at doing character development. There are. That's why the big three are the big three, because there's a lot of character development in all three of them.
Yeah.
right? So automatically, you know the big three are on that list. Easy. Naruto, what he went through, Sasuke, like there was character development all over the place. An annoying amount at that, but there's a lot of character development all throughout there. 80% of it is good. Okay, the other 20% of it is just like, okay, we've seen 5 examples of this. We don't need to see another one. But 80% of it is just good and solid character development. Perfect examples. One Piece, I mean, yeah. It's there. With Nami, Sanji, especially those two right there.
No.
Usopp.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think you're gonna have to find a different one. No.
You don't think One Piece belongs on that list?
Character development? No.
Yeah.
Character like perseverance. All that good
character
stuff?
development.
Yes.
Usopp, if you're not gonna give me Nami or Sanji.
No, Sanji hasn't developed. He has. How is it? No.
Since Baratier.
No.
All the way through Whole Cake.
No.
You're gonna tell me that man had no character development at all?
He had no.
Zoro was the only one that has no character development, but that's just who Zoro is. He's just a block.
Here's the only person that had character development out of the whole team, because they're all the same as they were from the start. They're all the same. The only person is Robin. That is it. She actually
Usopp,
is the only
I'm sorry.
Usopp hasn't done. Usopp has his moments, but character development means he has to get out of his pussy stage. He hasn't gotten out of his pussy stage.
Straw Hats. When he left the Straw Hats because they got rid of the Going Merry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then jumped to when the time skip happened.
Mm-hmm.
He saddled up. Still a bitch, but he saddled up. All right. Listen here. All right. I'm the one dogging on Usopp as the most useless character in all of anime all the time. And I'm sitting here saying he's got good character development.
Is the worst character person of all time.
Oh, 10-10's slightly worse than Sakura. So, I mean.
No, wait. Sakura's way higher. No, 10-10 is just the bottom of the barrel. She's the last grain of salt in a McDonald's fry container. Like, she's just the last. No, she's garbage. She's nasty. She doesn't. Okay. She's a dude. She's
all right. Well, then I would say One Piece belongs on that list. My compatriot here doesn't agree. I would say
the first, because One Piece has literally everything.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's okay. You're wrong half the time anyways.
I'm not even close. I am not even close. Continue on, though. Unless you can give me a good argument. Continue on.
I think I just did. I think those were solid arguments right there. And then Luffy's character development, he doesn't change his personality, but he changes in it. He more matures than anything.
Yes.
Especially after Ace's death and then meeting Sabo again.
Losing in Sabaody.
Yeah.
Almost losing his whole career. Yes.
So Luffy definitely does.
Yes. There is that. Okay. I will give you that. I will give you Usopp because he had almost no moments before time skip.
And then time skip happens.
His moments come from more of him sacrificing himself than him actually doing anything, like damage wise or anything like that. Taking people out. But at post, you know what Usopp's feat was? That freaking groundhog bitch in Dressrosa. That freaking, and then they're him, and then that fat Riri, and the devil fruit gun, devil fruit gun.
Yeah,
that whole fight. That's the only thing this dude. And half they did was run the entire
stupid.
time.
That was so stupid. That was
like freaking.
Good lord.
God.
Again. Okay. Then, my personal list, I have Naruto on there, obviously. Okay. More TD, technical difficulty.
That was annoying.
Oh, now you're frozen. Okay. So my personal list, I have a bunch. I have Tokyo Ghoul, Ken Kaneki, obviously.
Yes, that's darn given.
Yeah, that's the best
My
example
boy.
of character development. Ken Kaneki. I hands down, I
I'll-
would say he's top 5, if not top 3.
top 5. Yes,
I would say
100%.
even top 3, if
That,
not at 3. Aaron Yeager, Attack on Titan.
yeah,
Yeah, I would
yes.
say he's up there, top 5, because he goes from being
That
the
man.
fight for the people to I'm gonna murder all of them.
Mhm.
The
Once,
development, right?
yeah, yeah. Once he
Okay.
gets to the sea, he's like,
Um,
"You guys kept this from me. I want to murder
Naruto.
all of you." Okay.
Um, Bleach is on the list, but that's at 10. But that's
Okay.
at the back end of the list. He does have some, but it's not like he doesn't change as a person. He more or less changes as a fighter.
So
He
combat
changes how he
development.
fights. Yeah, it's more kind of. It kind of ties hand in hand with this upcoming what we're about to see in the next arc of or the next season of Thousand Year Blood War. But it's there.
Okay.
ReZero,
Yeah.
Subaru. I would put him at 6, with the strong argument where he could be at 5.
Put him at like 4.
I could see that. Yeah, I don't even think I'd argue that at all, honestly, because what he goes through, he literally his mind breaks. He goes clinically insane.
I'd say 3 or 4.
He's up there, and that's
Yeah.
a no brainer. Mushoku Tensei. I thought of it. Think about it. Think about it. When it comes to character development from start to finish, that man's goes through it. You can't refute that. I'm not saying it's top 5, but I'm definitely putting it in the 10 spot because he goes through that. He goes through it quite a
He
bit
does. He does go through
and
it. He
changes
goes.
quite a lot.
He goes through it at near the end. Yeah, he goes through it. I guess. Fine. I'll put him up there. But then you also got to put every 7-year-old over there as well, because every 7-year-old has to get over their erectile dysfunction. So, I mean, every power to the elderly.
I just as far as character development examples go, it's not a bad one. It's solid character development. It's not instant. It's gradual over time. Like it's solid. It's
Yeah.
not the greatest, but it's definitely solid. Personally,
I'm
is
waiting
there
for
character
one.
development in this next one? Yes. Is it good? Midoriya for My Hero. I can see it. However, I think Bakugo has way more character development throughout the show than Midoriya.
Yeah.
At least more endearing character development, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That to me personally, that's my personal take. I think Bakugo definitely has the most. There's a lot of character development through My Hero in general, but Midoriya's character development is just no. It's not really character development. It just makes a decision on a whim and then just does it and then apologizes for it afterward and doesn't do it. It's not character development. It's just, oh, I made a mistake. Sorry. On to the next one. Like,
Yeah.
I have a hard time justifying Midoriya, but Bakugo, out of all the characters throughout that show, even All Might can be considered some character development. But Bakugo, out of anybody in that show, has the most.
You can do a lot of the Class 1A. With,
Yeah, but
a lot of
Bakugo
them.
the most. Even Ishida.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, Ishida, Lita, whatever his freaking name is.
You're talking about the jet
The
feed?
speedster. Yeah,
Yeah.
the engine in the calves.
Yep. That
So,
is
yeah, he has quite a bit too. There's a whole arc about him trying to find his
Ida.
brother's killer.
Ida.
Yeah.
I have in my bracket.
Ishida's in Ishida's in the Thousand Year Blood War.
Yes.
Outside of that, those are the main like good examples.
Okay.
I had. What you got? Well, Gon
I agree with
and Killua.
I actually had Killua on mine. I should have put Gon. I don't really have a list. You named everyone. I did add somebody though. I did Kid Kaneki as well. I did. You guys haven't seen this because it's my pride and joy. But
What?
uh
Someone from Gintama. Yeah.
no. It's Chakuro. It's Chakuro from Children of the Whales. Watch it and you'll see. Anyway, Armin. I
Okay.
have Armin because
Yeah,
he had more than one. He had
I'll give you that. He
he
did.
he wasn't really a whiny bitch for very
Yes, he was.
long.
Yes, he
No,
was.
out of the whole
Even when he first
entirety.
took over of the scout, no, yeah, he was still
No,
kind of a
no,
little.
no. I mean whiny, not nervous, not like confused or like anxious. I mean like actually like whiny. It ended after when once Aaron was still alive. When Aaron saved him and he gets eaten, Aaron gets
Mhm.
eaten and then he turns into the Titan and everything. After all that shenanigans, that's when he actually changes. That's the first
Yeah.
step. He doesn't fully change because he's still not a fighter.
Once he becomes a colossal titan, that's where I say he makes the biggest leap.
He way before that when he gets burned alive by the colossal Titan is
That's
also a
when he
big.
became the colossal titan.
Not when he didn't burn alive and become it. He burned
He
alive.
got burned alive,
Yes,
and then they brought him the flu.
yes,
Yes,
but his character development came before that. You have to go from being a scared man that has a great mind but can't move his 2 feet first. He moves. You know what I'm saying? Like
I get what you're saying.
he's
I
not a
get what you're
fighter.
saying, but
So
I kind of clumped that together as one event.
his big step was
Was throwing a
sacrificing
pair.
himself,
Yeah.
was growing his pair, but also his attitude changed after Armin came back. It was more about protecting him, and he was less scared. Maybe because he had a Titan on his side, but he was less scared every time they went out for missions and all that kind of stuff. And going to get Annie and fighting Annie, he actually had a brave. He was more brave about it. And
Mhm.
then he sacrificed himself. And then even after that, when we get to season 4 or whatever, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5, part 6, whatever, even the
Right.
beginning of that, he's leading the charge, but he still has more conflict because he has to this whole thing
Kill
about
his best friend. Yeah.
killing his best friend. Even in the beginning, capturing, taking him, having a conflict of interest while putting his own mind,
Well,
while
even
putting
at
the
that fact, you
priorities
could
in
actually
front.
say
Like
Mikasa as an Ackerman actually
no,
had quite a bit of character development too, especially when it came to her having to kill Aaron
that
and killing the
okay.
man that she loves.
Yes, but that was at the very end. She didn't have anything before. She was just
No,
there to protect
she was a
everyone, protect
badass.
Armin, and be a
And then
badass
the
and
badass
everything.
kryptonite was tell badass to kill the one and only thing in the world that she loves.
Yeah, she didn't have character development when she started slaughtering humans. She didn't have it for anything like that. It
No,
was literally
she just
it was
who next? Who
yeah,
got
exactly.
next?
Who got next? It was literally at the very end. So yes, she does, but I think
It's
Armin's
not
was
as good as
bigger.
those ones, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Armin was way bigger. He had to lead the front. He had to keep his mind straight while doing all this. And then at the very end, he still was like hesitant, but he made the right decision. Like he had great, like, damn.
One of the cursed lists that I saw also had Reinhardt on there.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
was just like, that's
Yeah,
not bad. That isn't bad.
yeah.
That's
Berthold
actually,
too, if he was
yeah,
alive.
yeah, if he was alive. But what
Yeah,
Reinhardt went through post and during and before, I was like, you know what?
yeah. All the way from when he was a kid. Yeah,
There's some good, there's,
you could do Annie too. Actually,
yeah,
you
but
can do Annie.
we don't get enough of Annie to be able to say, oh, she had great character development because she was only in part of the show.
But then
She's hardly ever,
she was
she's
in
hardly ever in the
she was
show.
in the middle. Season
Out of
2,
season one,
season 2. No, season 1. Annie first appeared because she was a cadet first. Remember, she
right.
season 1, but then she was a Titan season 2, season 3. And then she was AFK for a lot of season 4. Yes, because she was frozen, whatever, in that icicle crap.
Well, she wasn't in season 2. She wasn't in season 3.
Annie was.
And she came in the back. No, because she was encapsulated in the cocoon, the hardening cocoon, because she was trying not to get eaten by Aaron.
Yeah, but season 2 is when they take Aaron. They take
And
her.
they already had Annie.
her, Annie, Berthold, and Reinhardt, whatever his name is. I think it's Reiner.
No, it was Reinhardt.
I think it's Reiner. I don't think it's Reinhardt.
It might be Ryan. I don't know. Reinhardt. Overwatch.
I thought they take Aaron in season 2. They remember because
only Reiner and Berthold do.
No, Annie did.
If I recall correctly, I don't think Annie was there.
Too. Yeah,
or that's how Annie got caught.
Yeah. Yes, that's how Annie got caught.
That's how Annie got caught.
Yes, that is correct. Because
Annie got caught, and then Berthold and Reiner dipped and just left her behind.
That's also where you meet the Jaw Titan.
Oh no, it's because that's when Levi was about to fuck her up.
Yeah,
that's why That's why she did the thing, because she saw Levi come and she's like, nope.
Yeah, and she did the whole thing. Yeah, and then that's where you meet the Jaw Titan too.
Yeah,
when they're all fighting in that little cylinder castle thing.
I guess I still don't think Annie's got the best examples.
No, it's not the best, but she's up there with everyone else. I don't think she deserves
to be on the list. There's not enough there for her to be on the list. I don't think so. She didn't have enough screen time for it.
Weak sauce. All right.
I think that's fair.
I'm gonna say I didn't have shows because you named all the shows, so I'm gonna do some of the characters I had. I had Armin, I had Killua, I had Ken Kaneki, I had Chakuro. I actually, for some reason, I thought about this. I had Shikamaru, which is weird, but he had a very I'm gonna give him a little.
I'll give him top 15.
I'll give him top 30. He had a very
3 or top 30.
30.
Okay,
very
I was about to
lazy. Say. Well, you haven't even read Boruto. Shut your mouth. But he has very he steps up quite a bit. He steps up quite a bit in Boruto as being Hokage, and in the fourth Great Ninja War.
That's apple juice, by the way.
And facing the Akatsuki guy one-on-one. There's a lot of moments where there was the fourth Great Ninja War, him being the missions in Boruto, him going to Hokage, him making decisions as Hokage, doing things that Naruto wouldn't have done. His whole life, he gets shoved in a position that he doesn't want to be in. But he does it proficiently and well. The only exception is him facing that Akatsuki that killed Asuna.
All good leaders are those who don't seek power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, preach on that.
Do not want power.
And then
isn't that what his dad told him when he was crying over the chessboard game they were playing?
What was that, like Pie Show or something like that?
Yeah, something. Yeah, Mahjong. It was something like that. Yeah, we're getting Naruto Mahjong.
Mahjong. Was it Pie Show? Pie Show's one that
it's General Iroh.
General Iroh.
Uncle Iroh. Yeah. Yep. That was another. That was another. I was gonna bring up. Thanks for bringing that. Zuko from Avatar: Last Airbender belongs on that list.
That's a cartoon.
Yeah.
But yes, I get that. That's fair.
Okay. We can argue about whether or not it's an anime later, but
it's not an anime. It's American Studios. It's Nickelodeon.
That's fair. Anime. That's true.
Anime is Japanese. It's got anime likeness to it. It's used same 3D models and all that good stuff. Actual drawings. Like it's got Naruto anime stuff in it.
It's an American anime.
But yeah, which is animation. All right, moving on. Last one. Freylin.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Freylin.
I would say she had a lot of character development on there. The problem is the character development already I had a hard time justifying putting her high on the list because the character development had already happened. It was just being relived. She didn't change throughout the show. She was already the same way. She was just revisiting character development that already happened. I
disagree. I actually think she took the party for granted, actually. I think as she was moving with her new
I guess she realized it. Yeah,
the reason for all them flashbacks and going to the places and doing all this stuff because she's actually like taking in the time because she has way more time than everybody else. She's actually like understanding what time is and what friendship actually means, like and everything. So it felt like she took that for granted, and there were jokes in the show where she was like, "We're gonna stay in this village for 2 years," and they're like,
Right.
"No, we're not. No, we're not. That's 2 years of my life. No, that's
You have a week.
yeah.
Fine.
It feels like a week for you, you know." And so like she learns like the meaning of like real friendship and time and how what it means to be human and like the little moments that make a human's life can also make her life to make her life more fulfilling because she's already lived for like hundreds of years before that
Right.
and everything. And so like there's just she yeah, it's hard to explain because her it's complicated, but like I think her development is a lot. And by the end, she actually
I
is not
really want to
taking
see
these
her.
present people for actual granted this time.
I really want to see her go toe to toe against that other elf mage in like see both their manas side by side. Like full blast, she's not suppressing him. I want to see how strong Freyren's mana is compared to that other elf's.
You will see it all. Promise you.
Oh,
moving on. Unless
yes,
do you have what else do you have on your list? Anyone else?
I have a other from what I did for my extensive research. No,
We're almost at an hour. Damn. Okay.
Not that are better examples. I have a cursed list though.
All right. What is this cursed list? He's been
from the good old Screen Rant.
You say Screen Rant, yeah. Okay.
At number 10, we have Hinata Shoyo from Haikyuu.
Yes. I agree. Continue on. I actually do.
At number 10,
he has a lot to overcome.
Midoriya at number 9.
No. Continue on.
Hikigaya Hachiman.
No.
Gets out of his shell.
No.
At number 7, Ken Kaneki.
These guys are stupid. I don't like any of these people.
At number 6, Shinichi from Parasite the Maxim.
No.
Not at 6.
Not at 6.
Not even top 10.
No. But pretty, I get it.
At number 5.
These writers are idiots. Okay.
Gon.
Okay.
Succumbing to his rage.
It's not.
That's what they just justify it.
It's more of a backward, like go, like
yeah. It was
like going backwards. You know, like going. Killua goes forwards. Killua goes forwards, and going from a murderous person to then being the clean version to help out Gon and keep him calm throughout all the stuff that happens that builds up to this rage for the entirety of the whole show, and all that good stuff. But okay, continue. What the hell?
At number 4, they have Eren Yeager.
Okay.
Which I was like, that's not a bad spot, but the rest of this list is just booty cheeks. At number 3, Shigeo Kageyama learns to accept his emotions in Mob Psycho.
It's just his emotions. The problem is I can't take it seriously because he's like 12. So his emotions, his problems are just middle school stress.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets over it. So I can't put it as real, but I love Mob Psycho and I understand his stress. I understand it all, but it's not.
It's not character development.
It's not Erica.
That's just life.
Eren,
that's just
exactly. It's just life.
Day-to-day life.
It's not Eren Yeager level.
At number 2, Shoyo Ishida atones for his sins.
No.
A silent voice.
No.
Because he used to tormented by his guilt of bullying a deaf girl who was nothing but sweet to him.
And then that's more of a 6, 7. I get his development because he leads her to let's not be alive anymore.
At number 1, a character we actually forgot to even mention, Thorfinn.
I said Thor. Did I not say Thorfinn?
You didn't say Thorfinn. I don't think either of us said Thorfinn. I think we talked about it before the podcast, and then we just forgot to mention it now.
When I told you I was waiting for somebody, I said it earlier. I said I'm waiting for you to say someone, and I had my eyes open. It was for Thorfinn. I completely forgot about the fricker. I was waiting for you to say Thorfinn. That's why I said it. Damn it. Yes, Thorfinn is not number
Well, I
one,
knew. Okay,
but
I knew our lists were gonna be like almost identical.
yeah,
So I was just like, I'm not gonna say all of them because you're just gonna be like, yeah, I had the same list.
I, I actually thought Thorfinn because I didn't think you were going to say Thorfinn. That's why I was waiting for you to say it so I could be like, you forgot Thorfinn. That pisses me off. I had it in my head this whole
What the hell
podcast.
is with that neck movement you got going on over there?
Sorry, I got a kick in my neck and I felt a little bit black girl. His character development is great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. He go great from
All throughout
murder,
season one.
revenge to being
Season
a
2,
slave.
it took a little bit of a step back for most of the season until the end of it when they finally like escaped. Then it started to change a bit.
Well, it just humbled the hell out of him for like 5 seasons.
Five seasons, 5 episodes, yeah.
It's humbled the hell out of him, made him turn into a slave, do all that. And then when the time came, it was good. He decided to be like his father. He actually, and it's a hard thing to get out of, especially in that time period, especially being a Viking for so long, killing. He had to be a slave for him to like actually like and humble himself. Any other situation, he probably still would have came out and
He
tried
would
to kill
still
him.
be absolutely.
Any other situation.
I still think it's funny that his little sister can beat the shit out of anybody.
Yeah.
All of them. All of them.
Oh, well.
And then she ends up marrying like the weakest dude in the village, which is like funny, even more funny. It was just like,
as much as I want him to like just murder the hell out of him, like because have a final battle, because I did want that. I do, as a grown up, I do not appreciate the slaves. I do understand, and I get the more mature level of like this kind of character development, because it's not a shonen. So, okay, moving on.
I can't fucking stand you, dude. What the? They're slaves.
Sorry, I had to come out with Mrs. Smithers. All right, moving. So, do you have any more? Otherwise, we got to keep this next part. Next part kind of light here.
We can do a longer one today.
Here we go. So, the setting is Oda period, Japan. I said that wrong.
Yes, you did.
Udon period.
Udon is a noodle.
Yeah, you're right. Whatever. We're gonna do a new place.
Historic Japan.
Well, there's so many. There's the Meiji government, whatever it's called. Anyway, we'll do in the middle of Konoha.
Udon.
It's something like that, bro. It's something. Odin, Oda, whatever. So last episode, was it last episode we talked about, or was off stream?
It was last episode, yeah.
Well, we talked about Class 1A versus the members of the Chunin exams. So we're gonna do the setting of Konoha. So this is for everyone doing with the same powers and everything, but they're going for their Chunin exams, not for their class whatever they were fighting for, the sports games. This is for the Chunin exams to be murderers. I'm gonna do 3 honorable mentions because these 3 people aren't on the list because I didn't really have a matchup for them.
They were all being trained the same way.
Yes, they're all being trained this. Should we do like that? They're all being trained the same way.
If they're all being trained the same way, then it's a lot more fair.
Okay.
Because if they're not being trained the same way, Narutoverse cleans the slate.
Okay.
It's got to be because either you have to have them trained in the same verse or not, because they're all gonna get just demolished by every mini ninja from Naruto.
Okay, I was just saying because some people like the ways of like a Mortal Kombat style, Naruto pops in, Deku pops in, who's winning, type of stuff.
I mean, we could. I mean, it depends, but at that point in the game, if you're going Chunin exam, Narutoverse versus school tournament, MHA, there is no planet, no universe where the Naruto group doesn't wipe them, absolutely sweep them. There's no possibility.
I guess.
So if you're going to make it to those 2 points in time, then you got to make it fair. You got to remove the time out of the equation, make that age the only factor, and then make them train the same way.
All right. So we'll train the same way. In the Konoha's Chunin exams, the 3 honorable mentions, because I didn't have enough people to line them up, and they're not part of it. So in the Chunin exams, there's a guy named Dosu, Yoryu, Akudo, and Zaku. They're 3 members of the Hidden Sound Village, which is Orochimaru's not made up village, but his own made village.
Right.
Zaku dies in the forest by Gaara. Dosu and Yori, they were used as pawns to resurrect the first Hokage during Orochimaru's invasion. So they were in the Chunin exams, but they didn't finish. All right. So this is my list. Don't debate me on who they're against. We're just going with it. This is going to be 3 times too long if I have to switch these names around. So we're going to do... Let's start from the bottom. Kiba versus Mashiro Ojiro. He is he's the guy with the stupid ass tail. That guy with the one tail.
Oh, okay. Kiba's
got
no
one
diff.
move.
Yeah, no diff. Kiba.
Okay, Kiba it is. Choji versus Mezu Shoji, who is the guy with the 8 arms. Well, not 8 arms, the 4 arms. I don't really. The guy that could turn his hands to like eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Choji versus him.
Actually, if they're trained the same way, I think the My Hero is taking that one.
I'm trying to think.
Choji's slow.
Yeah. What did he have for abilities back then?
I don't think he had a whole lot. Yeah. If they're all trained to be killer ninjas, I'd say, yeah, I'm saying My Hero takes that one, actually.
Oh, sad day.
That's just because I think he's going to run laps around Choji.
I think so, too. Now that I actually think about it. So I needed some people to like lose and win in this thing. All right, Neji versus Fumigaki Tokiyama.
Who's that one?
He's the bird with the darkness.
At that point in time, Neji.
Really?
Yeah, because he didn't have great control over his shadow at that point in time.
That's true.
So especially unless he could get somewhere where there was like heavy shadow cover, Neji's taking him out. The time of day also carries a major factor in that fight too.
That's true. Yeah, Neji. And Neji's just super smart.
If it's not at night, Neji's destroying him.
Well, we're doing it when the
even at night.
happened.
That's the thing. Right. Even at night, he would still struggle to win because he lacks control over the shadow at that point.
Neji would notice that instantly. If he's struggling like that, he'd be like,
"Yeah, Neji's taking that
8 trigrams." All right. Hinata versus Kayoki Jiro. How do you say that? She's the plug-in girl. Earlobe plugins.
Oh, Hinata wiping the floor with that chick.
To be honest, don't know what she does.
Hinata or the sound chick?
The sound chick.
The sound chick, she can stick her ear jacks into walls and hear what's going on around.
Yeah, I know that, but combat-wise.
And then I guess she can make like a sonic wave too. But not at that point in time. At that point in time, she could just hear.
Oh, yeah.
So at that point in time...
That's how she was useful during that sports game, the sports training thing. The training thing.
Not even the sports training thing. The when they got attacked at the...
Yes.
Just the training facility.
Training facility, that's what it was, yeah.
But no, Hinata's going to wipe the floor with her ass.
That's true.
And his
Shikamaru
abilities are far superior.
versus Denki. Denki
Denki,
is the one shot. The
the
one shot
lightning user,
lightning. Yeah.
Shiki.
No.
I tried thinking of a way Denki would win that one, but I still think Shikamaru would win that one.
Shikamaru would win
Purely
because you go.
Purely because as much as Shikamaru doesn't want to participate in literally anything, he's smart enough to recognize that if he gets hit by dude's attack, like there's a good chance he gonna die.
Yeah, and they're training. Well, they don't train together. Depends if they're from the same village too, because this is a whole bunch of villages. There's tuning exams. So if Denki's from the same village as
Assuming
Shikamaru,
they don't know anything about each other.
if he's from like the village of the sand or whatever, like Gara, then yeah, he wouldn't know, and it'd still be Shikamaru because Shikamaru, when he faced who was his first person, Suchi, something like that. He had her in the shadow bind before it started. So even if they're from a different area, Denki could come in and be like, "I'm gonna one shot you." Well, before it even started, Shikamaru had
He's just gonna
the
like
bitch.
literally control the direction of where he shoots the lightning,
Yep,
and then
yep. He
all right,
started it, and they're like, "All right, begin." He goes,
he's literally gonna walk out, hands in pockets.
"Yep, I already have you."
Game over.
Yeah, you can't move.
You're
And then
done.
that's exactly what he did against what's his name. And the whole time he's like, he had the jitsu, and he's like, "What a drag!
Yep.
I don't want to be here."
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you just outsmart the hell out of her. 10-10 versus Asui. I did this one because actually am going to think Asui takes it. The frog. I think she takes it.
Oh, easy, 100%. Trained as a ninja, that frog, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
She was one of the most useful characters in My Hero in general out of 1A.
I think it was either her versus I chose her versus Ashido.
Weirdest
And
character on the planet, but
I think Ashido would still win. Asu would win. Ochoko. I'm just picking girls. Ochoku 10-10 would still win.
honestly,
No.
Froppy as a freaking ninja that thought is scary.
Yeah. 10-10 loses against all females of 1A. The only exception is Toru because she's only invisible. That's all she does. Well, even so.
If she's trained as a ninja,
Yeah.
she's gonna stealth up right behind that hoe. 10-10 just
freaking dude, 10-10 loses to freaking the ball on his head, the Mineta. Loses to Mineta.
Mineta's just gonna be like, take this hoe. Starts throwing out his
exactly.
10-10's just gonna find a way to just step on all of them, so she's just walking around with.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I have Misumi versus what I put down? Zero? Who the hell is that? I'm looking at the list. Who did I have? Oh, I wrote it. Yeah, okay. Hanta Sero. Misumi was part of the Sound Village. He's no one remembers him. He's part of the Sound Village. He faces Kankuro. He's the guy that can like dislocate his body or whatever and wrap around you. But Kankuro beat him by breaking every bone in his body. But anyway, because Naruto's not for kids, guys. It may seem like it, but and then Hanta Zero is the one with the tape. And so the question is, who wins?
Being that's all he had to physically like overpower him to win, I would say My Hero takes that one. Because as trained as a ninja and trained to kill, he's just gonna tape him up from afar, and then once he like physically can't move anymore, he's just gonna go in for the kill after. I would give that to My Hero just for that fact, is he can maintain distance and speed, because he's a pretty fast dude in general. In My Hero, in their verse alone, I would say I would give that to My Hero to tape man.
Okay.
Just Super Scotch.
Okay. Um, super
Super
Scotch.
Scotch.
Now we have good old Kankuro. I love Kankuro versus Ida.
Mm.
Old school Ida though. Couldn't he only do his ability like for like freaking 10 seconds before he loses?
At a certain speed, he can maintain a high speed for a while, but at his max speed, he can't last that long. Again?
It's annoying.
I would say, depending on the terrain,
I think it's Kankuro.
I think it's Kankuro. If it's an open area, Ida. Although you could argue that Ida is a better strategist. So if he could lure Kankuro into a more open area, then Ida would win that.
This is a
Ida would
Chunin exam building. I said that already, right? Getting remember?
Oh,
So it's that circle. And Kankuro has like he can in the early days he's a monster now, but earlier days he could control 3 puppets. And he can control puppets. He technically has a shadow clone. That's how he beat Mizumi. Is by the fact that when Mizumi strangles him with his whole body and tries to choke him out, it's actually a puppet. So he technically has 4 bodies on the field.
I would say Kankuro, just because Kankuro would find a way to trip him up. Well, he's trying to find a way to abuse his speed to win. He'd use his puppets to. That's
yeah, and his
that's
puppets
what I would say. I'd give that to
puppets
Kankuro.
have weapons and knives and poison and all that good stuff. That like if Ida is coming in and breaking his puppets or whatever, he's probably going to get injured while hitting these puppets. It's ninja style. He's probably going to get stabbed at some point. Even the prick, like Kankuro has poison. I don't know though.
I would say Kankuro, just because of where Ida was and strategically and in the location of a confined finite space.
Yeah,
I would say Kankuro.
Okay. All right. That one's on you. Shino versus Shino versus Kirishima. The Rock. The Shanks. If he was that Rock guy, that's what he looks like. Shino.
I don't know.
Shino.
I don't know about that one. Because
what did Kirishima do in the beginning?
Well, Shino's abilities, I don't see her ever getting past his abilities defense.
He doesn't have to get past it.
She would have to.
Shino's abilities is all the bugs. It's all the bugs. It's all the poison bugs.
Yeah,
it's
and
all
if
the
they can't do anything,
bugs.
if they can't
Remember, this is ninja, right? So if we're training a ninja, that means
ninja rock solid. Then dude's not get.
Hey. That means his abilities are chakra based. Shino, if all he has to do to get past this guy's ability is to use his chakra absorbing.
If it's chakra based,
ants or tarantulas or whatever it was, I can't remember the bug, beetle. That's all he has to do. That's what he has in the beginning. He goes. All he needs is 1.
That's fair.
That's why he was so badass. Who did he lose to? So he was so badass. Like, I thought he was going to be a huge contender throughout the show. Oh, Shino versus Tamari. Did he win? It says it was interrupted. I guess I gotta go back and watch the show. It was interrupted.
I haven't watched Naruto in so long.
But yeah, I think Shino. Do you remember Shino in the beginning? He was the first, the Phantom Troop that does this.
Right.
He was the first guy. I'm badass.
Yeah, I know.
I loved him. Oh,
if they're all their abilities are all chakra based, then that's a good point.
Those your words. They're all trained like ninjas.
I didn't say that they were. That doesn't mean that all the powers work the same way.
No, but anyone that can harden themselves,
they were trained the same.
Anybody that can harden themselves to do anything was all chakra based. The Raikage with his lightning abilities and his strong body, whatever, was all hockey based, and he was Raikage, not hockey based, chakra based.
Chakra based.
So I mean,
Yeah.
Sasuke.
At that level, no. Shino wins.
Good. Sasuke versus Todoroki. Ice. Remember, Sasuke has Chidori, Sharingan, and all that.
I'm gonna have to give that one to Sasuke.
Why?
Just raw power at that age. He was stronger than everyone, and before Todoroki even gets the ability to use his ability once, Sasuke's already gonna just that match is over. That's gonna be like a Shikamaru thing. He's just gonna win that right. We're off the rip.
I gotta give Todoroki a little more credit though.
It's not because I'm not saying Todoroki's bad, but
no,
given
but like,
the instantaneous nature of Sasuke's attacks, Todoroki's not gonna be able to react fast enough to block line of sight from Sasuke.
and if he does, he can just use like Chidori and all that kind of stuff to get out of it because he doesn't have fire yet. So like, he doesn't have damage abilities. He just has, unless he stabs him with the ice. But
yeah, sorry, Sasuke's gonna win that one at that level.
Right now we have three. We have 3 My Hero and 1, 2, 3.
Naruto's not on this list.
Not yet. Hold up. What I say? 3,
Oh.
3 My Hero, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 to 3. Going on Naruto. It's about to be 7 to 3. Rock Lee was hard to put against anybody because Rock Lee wipes the floor with most people on their team.
Yeah.
Especially when he takes off his freaking weighted ankles.
Causes an earthquake.
I put him against Rikido Sato. And that is, people who don't know who that is. That is the guy that drinks the, what does he do? It's a big body. He drinks, he drinks something or something?
He eats sugar.
Sugar, yeah. He eats sugar and gets all big and strong. Or whatever.
Rock Lee.
Yeah. Sorry, Rock Lee was harder than Sasuke or Naruto because of the fact that... I would have
put Rock Lee... I would say a better fight to watch would have been a Rock Lee versus Todoroki. That would have been a better fight, but Rock Lee still would have won.
But still won, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock Lee versus Naruto. No, Rock Lee wins, so it's hard. Yeah. Early time. Gaara.
It'd be more fun. It'd be a more entertaining fight to watch.
Yes. Last 2. I could not do Naruto versus Midoriya. Sorry, cannot. I can't do MC.
Why?
MC versus MC is so lame. No, we're doing Naruto versus Bakugo. That's what we're doing.
When you think about it, they're both hot-headed. I can see that.
And they both go in without thinking. It takes Naruto a while to finally have some battle IQ.
I'd actually say Bakugo would beat Naruto at that level.
I think so.
Bakugo can still, even though he doesn't have his like super nitroglycerin attack, he still can fire off fireballs like it's nothing. They're just not as powerful as they are now in the verse. And Naruto doesn't really have any long distance.
No, he doesn't have long distance, but he does have. He can
summon up to 2 clones at that time.
No, he can summon like 100. Literally, episode 2, when he learns the ability, he does it against Izuku Sensei.
Oh, I thought it took longer.
No,
even then, I would still say Bakugo would win because Bakugo can. He still had his AOE attack at that point.
Yeah, I guess.
You just massive AOE, just be like, all right, Naruto was standing there. How big is the room?
Yeah, I'll give it to Bakugo, but I really do feel if you give Naruto just a little bit of time, just a little bit, he could do something with it. With shadow clones and
can he replace himself with his clones?
Can't replace himself with his clone, but he can do what he did against Neji and just have clones that operate on their own and be underground the whole time, or be inside of the wall the whole time. Anything like that to surprise Bakugo, because Bakugo
if he can't,
hot.
I forgot. He can't switch places with his clones. He's not winning that.
Bakugo is so hot-headed and he's so blind. If Naruto just like Neji was so cocky that he was so blind. So if he can give Naruto just a little bit of time, I think there is an upset very much there. Bakugo probably wins, but the upset is very prominent there because of the fact that he can hide in the ground anywhere else, sneak up on him, do all that kind of stuff, distract him.
Yeah, but the problem is Bakugo is going to blow the ground up. So, yeah, sorry, Bakugo wins that. Naruto's not strong enough at that level yet to.
He also
to
Bakugo
just take
can't
that to the
fly
chin.
very well. He can't fly very well. He can't be in the air very well.
No, but he doesn't. He doesn't have to be in the air long. He just poof up and bomb.
Yeah.
AoE attack, and 80% of his clones go away after attack 1, and he's going to go higher in the air after firing off that explosion because that explosion is going to push him higher up, and he's going to go bomb number 2.
Mm-hmm. And then he gets disqualified because he's could kill somebody to kill everybody else. And then he gets disqualified. That's
we're
bad.
not playing. We're just talking about who's going to win. All right.
To be honest, with bond number 1, bond number 2, Naruto can still dodge that easily. They're ninjas.
They have to stay in They have to stay in that circle though. They can't leave that circle. And Bakugo can.
If Bakugo goes up in the air, is leaving the circle.
No, because they're still in that confined space. So they can jump and jump kick and stuff like that. So that's basically saying if but you'd have to make the rule where you can't leave the ground.
No, not leave the ground. But if he's above the bleachers because he's doing the high air attack, if he's nuking the ground, he has to be high enough to nuke the ground. So that means he's high. That's a bad ability. You gotta give me something else because this dude's above. This dude's above the stance. If he's gonna nuke the ground,
he's gonna go that. He's not gonna go that high up. He doesn't need to.
So he's gonna damage himself. 15 feet in the air, and he just goes.
Not even. He can stand on the edge. He can literally stand on the edge of the circle, blast himself up like 10, 15 feet in the air, and then make a funnel coming out of him and just straight fire.
That's already too high. He's already. You just told me that he's on the edge of the circle on the top, and then he goes 15 feet higher than that. That's not out of the circle. You just told me that's not out of the circle.
It's not out of this. I wouldn't say that because all of the ninjas at that time could jump that high. That was standard. So I wouldn't say that's too high. And okay, let's say that is too high. He still has other attacks that he can use that are AoE that aren't as powerful that will incinerate his clones.
Yes, but Naruto hides very well. He does it. He did it against Neji. He did it against a lot of people. He just has to hide. And then think about it. Think about this. If he does all the explosions, what's the most basic?
Why are we still doing this? You just agreed that Bakugo would win. Why are you trying to fight for Naruto now?
Hold on. What's the most cliche thing people do when there's a ton of explosions because Bakugo's hot-headed, a ton of explosions? What's the one thing that's there? Smoke everywhere. Smoke. This dude's too hot-headed. I honestly believe the upset. I'm going Naruto now. If he does exactly what you're doing and he does all this fiery ability, blows stuff up, makes all this smoke, Naruto's gonna be like, thank you. Smoke is mine, and I can make more clones in the smoke. Where am I at? You don't know. I'm in the smoke. And if you blow up the smoke, guess what? There's only more smoke. There's so many things. For the sake of it, I'll give you just Bakugo, whatever.
I'm sorry. We're adding rules as we go.
AoE, it's not rules. Even if he's on the ground, even if he's up in the air, bro, he has to come down at some point. And Naruto's just gonna be sitting in the wall like this, just gonna wait for him to come down. And then he comes down, and then phew. But I'll give it to Bakugo. Moving on, Gaara versus Midoriya.
Gaara. At that point in time, Midoriya couldn't use his ability without breaking his body. Gaara.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about it, honestly, even if Midoriya broke himself, I don't know if Gaara could defend against the force that strong. At that point, I don't think Gaara could defend against a force that strong. Because even with just Midoriya flicking his finger, he could almost wipe out a building. So I don't know. Midoriya might actually have that one just by sheer overpowering him. That's a tough one because I would say Midoriya could overpower him because I don't think Gaara's Sand is strong enough to take a hit like that.
It can take a lot of stuff. One of the hardest techniques.
But no one's ever hit him as hard as Midoriya can do with just one attack like that.
Technically, Chidori in the Naruto verse, Chidori was the ability that can do it, the damage of his finger. Because Chidori is technically a very hard ability to use and move, and is very powerful. It doesn't look powerful, but it was the only thing to break through his thing. I don't know, because Gaara.
I think Midoriya would, because if, let's say, he can slightly withstand the one attack with his finger, he still used his feet in the fight against Todoroki. I think Midoriya would try and kick him. And if Midoriya kicks Gaara, that's game. With the sand, that's game.
Maybe
one of Midoriya's kicks at that point in time can literally send someone flying halfway across the nation. That's game.
Not in the beginning.
Yes, in the beginning, at that point, yes.
He never did that. No, he never did it, and he never went. No, I don't think so. He
just didn't do it because he literally shatters his bones.
I don't think
doing
so.
It.
Think about it. He did like what 30% against the guy that invaded their training facility. Didn't even kill him. That was to his stomach. Didn't even kill him.
That was against a Nomu, a super enhanced creature built to be as strong as All Might.
I'm talking about the guy. I'm talking about the one when they invaded the camp. When they were training in the woods. The legendary fight where he's laying on his back and he goes, and he like leaps up and like punches the freaking thing. He goes like 25%. And the guy gets knocked back, but it's like season like 1. And he's still.
I'm trying to figure out who you're talking about that he punched. In the woods, that was season 3.
Was it really that late?
I think that was end of season 2. The training thing was season 2. Season 3 is when they broke All for One out of prison.
Muscular. He fights Muscular.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Oh, he does 100%.
Yeah.
He does 100% and can't even kill the guy.
That's also because Muscular could literally become like a giant.
But he was just he wasn't that big. He was big. He was huge. He was like, oh my! I'm watching this scene right now.
His ability wasn't just he could just make muscle. He could make his muscle fibers as strong as steel.
Yeah, and that's what Gaara's Sand is compared to in the manga.
Gaara's Sand does not amount to the quantity of muscle that he tried to punch through, and he punched a massive hole through it.
And you gotta Gaara has Sand Mausoleum too, or not Sand Mausoleum, Sand Coffin.
That's why I said at that point in time, that's tough because Gaara later on in the show, there's no one on My Hero that's beating him. But at that point in time,
he's also Shikaku, by the way. So even if Deku does land a good hit, Shikaku's coming out, and then it's game over. Not even full transformation.
Well, the problem is Midoriya only needs to land 1.
Yeah, and that's
how strong Midoriya's power is because he is still he. The problem with Midoriya in season 1 is he could only access his power at its fullest extent. It would be 100% power.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. All of his attacks were 100%, and his body couldn't handle that yet. So he would get a 100% of one for all, straight to the teeth.
No,
one
straight
kick,
to his sand.
Which would go through it instantly.
It didn't go through Mr. Iron Man, Mr. Steel Man here. What makes you think it's going to go through Gaara's Steel Sand?
Who did he not go through?
It didn't go through Muscular. He's still alive. And
Muscular is a totally different story.
He's
that
alive
is
and
literally, he is a 50-foot creature.
No,
made of pure muscle fibers as strong as steel.
Dude, this guy is like 6'4". What are you talking about? Huge.
When he's in his final form, when
Yes.
Midoriya wins
Yes.
that match,
I am
he's
watching the scene.
humongous.
Let me watch the scene real quick. No, trust me. No. Gara, you got to dumb this down. This is the Naruto verse, bro. No.
And that's the problem. Midoriya is literally a game breaking, like a verse breaking power. That's the thing with that's One for All is that's what that power is. That's why All for One wants it so bad. It's because that power is game breaking. That power is world breaking, world ending. It can literally, it's the most strong. That's the point of the whole point.
Gaara's sand is considered incredibly strong, capable of withstanding immense force, absorbing attacks. Protects himself against all physical attacks. And can be. So you're saying it's a one-shot done? Now you're telling me right now?
I think it's gonna be a one shot done. I think Midoriya is gonna try and do the flicking thing. Huh?
You think he's going to die? Because
no,
he's not gonna die. That's what I'm saying. Shikaku's gonna come out. The game won't be over. Even if he does knock Gaara down, he's gonna get one of Shikaku's tails. He's gonna have
he's gonna try
and he's gonna come out and absolutely mess up Izuku instantly.
At that stage with no, because he couldn't control Shikaku at that point in time, could he?
He couldn't control it. So it's just a murderous being half, just like he was against Naruto, half.
And then the match is
whatever,
over,
and then it's over. So it's going to be like reversed again. Even if he does go through
if he goes Shikaku, the game's over in general because they're going to disqualify him.
No.
Yeah.
No, because no
Chunin exam rules. They're going to disqualify him because he's going to try to murder Midoriya.
He murdered in the woods. He murdered like 3 people in the woods.
That's not the point. The point is they're fighting during the Chunin exams. If
the woods is the tuning exams. The woods was the tuning exam was 3 things, just like the hunter exam. There was 3 things. He murdered in the woods.
No. It is in the room. They cannot kill. They cannot fight to kill.
In this arena? Are you sure?
Yes. That is what you said. Sure. That is what you said. Yes. Because you said the same thing about Bakugo. Because if Bakugo just blew up the whole arena, he'd get disqualified. That's exactly what you said. It's the same thing. It'd be the same thing with Gaara.
Because he's
Shikaku comes out. He's going to try and kill him.
Because he's getting disqualified because he's going to kill bystanders. I'm not talking about bystanders. I'm talking about one-on-ones. He get disqualified.
He can't control Shikaku. So if Shikaku comes out, who's to even say he's going to go after Midoriya?
Because that's what he did against Naruto. He singled out Naruto over Sasuke and over the.
Because he had the aura of the Nine Tails. If Naruto is in the fucking stands, guess who she's going after?
No, it's not because Naruto was not. That's not the reason. The reason is because they were already 1v1ing. That's not how it goes. Go back and watch the show. No, he's going. When Naruto's half, he's still half. He remembers. He knows what he's doing. It's when he goes full like 5 tails, 4 tails, whatever he did when he's fully masked up. That's when he lost all consciousness. He didn't lose it when he was half. Same with Gaara. He's gonna get one shot. Gaara's gonna get back up, pissed as I smell blood, and then he's going to annihilate Izuku. And
if he has a chance,
he's gonna have a chance because it's a 9 tails, which is or not 9. It's a 3 tails, already more powerful than Midoriya. Doesn't matter if he can flick all 10 of his fingers.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's also going to depend on being trained as a ninja. If he's going to be stronger at that point in time.
And to be honest, he's probably can't even train as a ninja. Now, I won't go there. I'm giving it to Gaara because he's a Jinchuriki. But Midoriya will probably win in a quick fight unless he uses his sand. Because he will all it takes is a quick sand coffin and he's dead. Because it's instant. It's not suffocating, it's instant. Gaara just tightens the sand, you're dead. Anyway, imagine him in the Chunin exams, Midoriya. They're not gonna allow him. They're not even gonna allow him to be a ninja. You can't control your powers, so you hurt yourself. Every time you use your abilities, you hurt yourself, and you end up
So
in
then,
the
okay,
ER.
if we're doing that, then we have to make the stipulation that Midoriya can control One for All. And at that point, if Midoriya can control One for All to its fullest extent, then guess what? Midoriya wins.
He does win if he can control without hurting himself. But that's not the case. We're doing season 1s of season 1s. I'm just saying if he was
We
actually
keep
in the
making stipulations to try
no,
and win our
no.
arguments here. We
I
keep
told
making
you,
up more shit.
no, shut up.
That's
I told
exactly
you,
what's
no,
going on.
I told you, Gaara wins. End of story. I'm now saying Midoriya, imagine Midoriya in Naruto verse in general. This man wouldn't even be in the classroom because they're not going to allow someone in the field that every time he uses any of his abilities, he gets gravely injured.
I don't think that's the case because I think at that point, if he's born with the ability of One for All,
And he's sitting in the classroom for a very long time. Everyone's going to go
not
past
even
him.
because if he's born with the ability, that's the thing. If he's born with the ability of One for All, One for All will gradually get stronger with him. Not the other way around. Not him have to get strong enough to use it. He would gradually get stronger and stronger as he goes. So let's put a number on. Let's say he can use 30% of One for All at that point in time. 30 or 40%.
Without breaking a finger?
Without breaking himself. Like that's just the max he can tap into right now is 30 or 40%.
Mm-hmm.
Because after training as a ninja, having that power for 12, 13 years, that's the max he can tap into right now as an adolescent.
Mm-hmm.
At 30 to 40% power, Midoriya wins.
Yes, maybe. We don't know. We don't know if that is more powerful than a Jinchuriki or a tail beast in the Naruto verse. We're just going off of what we know.
Midoriya is from the same village as Gaara, Gaara wins. But if they're from opposing villages or different villages, Midoriya wins. That's the only stipulation. Because if they're from the same village, Midoriya being the strongest from their village at that point in time, even with him being a Jinchuriki, they would be training together and they would be sparring with each other.
Yeah.
Because he'd be the only one that could go up against Gaara and not get annihilated.
Yeah.
So, if they're from the same village, Gaara wins because Gaara will know how to counter without having to go ape shit. If they're from opposing villages and Gaara not knowing who he is,
and neither does Midoriya
wins.
Neither does Midoriya. Midoriya doesn't know he's a
Jinchuriki. 40% Detroit Smash is knocking Gaara into next week.
What about if he turns into a full tail beast? And he goes, I'm gonna hit you with the tail beast ball that splits continents.
Well, at that point, that whole fight would be over. He'd be disqualified.
Why? He wasn't in the show.
No, but an attack that can split continents would most definitely kill bystanders nearby and afar.
Hey, man. If he does, he does. You told me Bakugo was good.
That's not the same.
He's.
I'm talking about an attack that might make their seats a little warm. Not an attack that will literally destroy or change the face of the earth.
Hey man, they let Naruto in. They let the Nine Tails, 3 times as strong as Shikaku. They let the Nine Tails be in a ninja and be in this stuff. A hot-headed Nine Tails.
I'm not saying that's not the case, but neither of them can access the full extent of the tailed beast at that point in time. Naruto could hardly even muster 3 tails without going completely ape. Gaara is no exception.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I still think Midoriya is going to win that. At 40% power, Midoriya wins.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
You just want Gaara to win.
No, that's a cool take.
Right, for sake of we're almost at 2 hours.
No. That's a cool take. Listen, that's a cool take. But we're doing it like we've done with everybody else. They're from the same village and everything, but they're popping them in.
If they're from the same village,
he's breaking fingers.
If
the same
he's
thing.
not breaking fingers, if he is born with the shit.
But we're not doing that. That's not Midoriya.
That's not how the Naruto verse works.
Fine.
Bud.
Then Shoto has fire and ice. Fine. Then Bakugo can nuke the Eiffel Tower in an instant. Fine.
Exactly.
Fine. That's why Tokiyami can wins against Neji. No question there. Fine. We're gonna do it with Denki. He can do more than one lightning strike.
I'm not riding one hero verse.
Ida can go the speed of sound now because he had 11 years to master his speed.
No. Midoriya is the only one you can have that even remote conversation of, okay, he has to be born with it at that point in time for this, because you can't transfer your powers and abilities to other people. You can teach them how to use it in Naruto's verse, but you can't just hand one for all or all for one to anybody in Naruto's verse. That's what we're doing, right? So he has to be fucking born with it.
Why? Why is it... The fourth Hokage is the man that knows all jutsu. Can he not just pass? This is a jutsu. That means you can. One for all is a jutsu, which means you can pass it down, right? You can pass it down. So that means that anybody can learn, or technically, most people can learn.
Essentially, treat Midoriya as a Jinchuriki, but a really strong one.
Can't. No Jinchuriki. He has a jutsu. If we're doing Naruto verse, he has a jutsu. Which means
treat Midoriya like you would treat the Uchihas.
Okay.
It's a bloodline ability. Unless you steal their eyes, nobody but someone with Uchiha blood is going to get it.
We just did the entire bracket the opposite. That means everybody has their abilities since the straight up beginning. So everyone's way more proficient. Yes, you are doing that. You're doing that for Midoriya.
Midoriya is the only one who didn't have his abilities from age 1 to 12.
There you go. Then that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're going to deal with. That's how we're going to do this then. If we got to keep it fair for
everybody else had their abilities from when they were born to when they were 12.
And that's how we're going to...
didn't. He was quirkless.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we're going to do it. Sasuke didn't have his Sharingan until he was like 13 years old. So most of his powers didn't come until later on in his life anyway.
Garwins. Find Garwins.
We're good.
Garwitz. I'm done.
I brought up the Sasuke.
You're a fucking Garo rider.
You're a fucking Garo rider. Power. I brought the Sasuke power at the end. I got y'all. Don't you worry. He didn't get most of his powers until he was 13 years old too. Okay, here we go. Everybody else got it, and we're doing him the same way. End of story. No, you're a Midoriya dick rider. He's breaking fingers. He is breaking fingers.
You're just discrediting his abilities and their impact that they have.
Shikaku is going to love the fact that that Midoriya is breaking fingers, and he can smell the blood. He's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I want to kill you more." End of story. Next week we will then go through the winners. Well, I'll make another bracket for the next part of the winners: Bakugo, Gaara, Rock Lee, Sasuke, Shino, Kankuro, Hanta-Zero, Isui, Shikamaru, Hinata, Neji, Mezzo, and Kiba. Which is going to turn into just mostly a Naruto.
Mm-hmm. Like I said.
But there is no Naruto in the ending here. So some of the top hitters aren't in here. So we'll see. And I can't do Rock Lee versus Gaara because we already know how that ended. Gaara won. So, interesting. Maybe I'll add. You know what I should do? I should add next week a small bracket for the teachers. Kakashi wins. Never mind.
Yeah, I'll say that there's Kakashi's running through My Hero like it's freaking warm up.
Yeah, that's game over for him.
That's a warm up for Kakashi.
Who's even the teachers? It's
or Mike Guy,
Aizawa, Yamato. Technically,
Guy
it's
Sensei.
also all for one.
Guy Sensei would walk through all of the teachers.
He would walk through Ectoplasm, Ken, All Might, Yamato.
Well, All Might might be the only one that would make it to Kakashi.
Well, yeah, he'd make it. Well, Gara, technically my guy.
And Eraserhead, he's just useless because they're not quirk based, they're fucking chakra based now. So he's just useless. Unless you're gonna say he can use chakra to suppress other people's chakra.
There you go. That's very unique to only him in the entire Naruto verse, which is fine. So, sure. He can suppress chakra. That means it's going to turn into hand to hand. It's hand to hand.
Which
Kakashi wins.
Gonna kick his ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Ambu at like 9, so he wins. Because the can barely see. So, I don't know if my guy wins against All Might. 2 different power, but I mean, my guy will almost beat Madara, who is god level in Naruto. All Might, or All for One, I guess is god level in my hero way.
One for all, but
One for all.
yes. I think my guy would win if we're doing All Might after post fight against All for One, where he's slowly declining.
No, we did it season 1.
Season one, my guy.
Really?
Because he just has to evade and wait for All Might to tire himself out.
And I guess my guy if he goes 8th grade, and he's a master taijutsu, so he's just gonna be sitting there, you know, and then he goes to the 8th gate if he has to.
Mm-hmm.
He probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't go 8th gate. Unless he'd probably go like 7th. Unless All Might is actually
All Might would is powerful enough to push him to do it. Yeah,
but not for 8th gate, because 8th gate means death. If All Might isn't like threatening the world, my guy won't go to 8th gate.
That's fair. Yeah.
So it'd just be 7th.
That's still strong enough to keep up with All Might.
I think keep up, but I think All Might probably wins.
I don't know. I would say
faster.
No, because Mike guy has more stamina.
He's way because
That's
true.
Because it's a battle of attrition.
Because my guys just won't stop training for 25 years, and All Might just goes, after training for 10 years, he goes, I have my abilities now. Now I don't have to do anything. Okay, all right, fair enough. Fuck you, All Might. Trash can. Garbage. All right.
Broccoli or Mike guy is he's just much faster than All Might.
That's true. And
All Might's basically the Hulk that doesn't go Hulk. He's a smart Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
That's more inclined to fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is basically what All Might is. But All Might's a lot stronger than the Hulk.
That's fair.
But physical abilities and speed wise, that's Hulk and All Might are the same. As far as how fast they can run and how far they can jump and how high they can jump. I would say that's a good equivalent.
Yeah.
But, all right. It's been a while since we've done a 2-hour episode, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a fat minute. I'm going to see if Rachel's still up. Otherwise, I might be on, might not be. All right. Well, that was fun. I knew there would be arguing at the end. Garl for the win, my brother. All right. We outie.
See y'all next week.
Look at how sour he is. I smell sourdough.
Fuck you. Sourdough.
Peace out, everybody.